to the Founders Log podcast for May 2023 with
Indeed.
myself, James, and Kyle.
Hello.
So May was one of those months with loads of bank holidays and partly a half term in it as well.
Yeah, it was. I had 3 bank holidays, 3 4-day weeks, and a half term. That's right.
But we're quite busy, actually, to be fair, because there was Google I/O at the start of May.
Yeah.
It was like ages ago, but it was Google I/O. Something that we always watch because it's very interesting, and especially with the battle between Microsoft and Google in AI at fever pitch. We were waiting to look forward to see what AI was going to be brought to Google Workspace, which they demoed quite a bit there. So you've got the the AI built into Gmail, which will automatically write emails for you based on what you want it to do. So they showed a video of sending a complaint to an airline about delayed airplane flight and getting their wanted to have a refund. And they wrote the email for you, and then they asked it to be a bit more aggressive about it, and it wrote a different one, which was much more to the point that it wanted a refund. The one that I liked a lot was Google Slides, where you can get it to design your slide deck for you. So using AI image generation and also typing in what you want to do, it will create a whole slide deck for you without you having to do much at all.
It all looked very interesting. Unfortunately, some features locked to America at the moment. However, hopefully they'll get released to Europe soon enough.
Yeah, well, we're on the early access request for that, so hopefully we'll get access to it soon, and we'll be able to, as normal, experiment with it and see what we can do with it before it rolls out to our clients, which is the plan.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And then the only other notable thing I thought in May was, well, we had a new client join.
Yes.
A company that specialises in advising individuals who've been diagnosed with cancer on how to best manage the changes in their life.
Yeah, that's right. The cancer coach.
And they're located based in the UK, but they also operate out of Thailand as well. So using Google Workspace has massively helped them to be able to collaborate with ease and to make sure that any data they have, which clearly is quite sensitive, is secured, is shared nicely and kept secure. Yeah.
I also remember that learning in the month of May that tyres for a Polestar car are hard to come by.
Oh yeah, I had to get well, my tyres were quite worn out on it. They needed changing anyway, but I managed to pick up a puncture.
Yeah.
One of the days, but it was the problem with cars, they don't come with spare tyres anymore.
No,
they come with some foam and stuff like that, which I didn't want to use anyway. So I managed to limp it back home.
That's all it's for, isn't it? The foam is just to get you home or get you to the tire changed. Yeah.
Problem is, it's once I limped back home, I had it on the drive and it went down. It was a big bolt in the wheel.
I know. I remember you showed me. I was a proper bad one. That.
Yeah, and then finding there's the reason why I hadn't had them changed earlier, because you just can't get hold of Polestar tires in the UK market at all with any ease.
Yeah.
Because I have a friend who owns a private hire taxi business, and so he has direct access to the wholesalers, and he'd actually checked a month prior for me, and there was no Polestar tires at all. We got lucky in that he checked again after this puncture happened. It was about 2 days later, and a set of Polestar tires were listed there.
Nice.
You know, we could get hold of them and get fitted. Had to have them fitted by a mobile repair unit, because clearly I couldn't drive the car anywhere. But they messed up the balancing on the tyres, so I did after I had it done, I then did take it to another place to get the tyres rebalanced.
Yeah, I remember that as well.
A bit of a wobble at high speed after they'd initially balanced it.
Yeah, so you had quite a bit of hassle with those tyres.
Yeah. So EV tyres are slightly different in that they are stronger, in that they're carrying far more weight with the batteries on there. And because the car's silent when it's running, you want the tyres have lots of foam inside them to silence them as well, to reduce the sound anyway. So the Continental tyres that are recommended for the Polestar, and Polestar has an agreement with them, and apparently they're engineered for Polestar, these tyres anyway.
I wonder. I don't reckon they are in my car.
I don't think they are in any car. I think there's just a way to get some money off it. But because these are business lease cars, we decided that we needed to put the right tyres on it rather than gambling with like some cheapo Goodyears or something like that.
Yeah, I never cheap on tyres. I mean, after all, that's what's keeping me between having an accident and not having an accident, is that bit of rubber on the road.
Yeah.
I don't go through tires like you. I don't have as much horsepower as you do, and I suspect you use that on a regular basis. Hence, they wear out.
Never.
No, you don't turn the traction control off and floor it then.
I don't need to turn the traction control off. I can floor it on. It literally makes no difference.
I remember when I had a powerful car once, and it span the wheels in third gear, still spinning in third gear. But of course, there's no gears in an EV. So if you turn the traction control off and absolutely boot it, does it just really just spin on the spot? Like you
don't get any wheel spin.
You don't get it. Doesn't you can't spin them up.
I've not been able to get the spin up. It's just so smooth, and the torque, and it's just straight into the road.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't know. I was curious as how it might work, even with it off, that it would spin, but no. Okay.
No, you don't get any. Don't get any with EVs. It's the whole mechanism is different to the whole way it works, and
suppose with all that weight,
it's why EV tires wear out quicker than petrol tires, because it's all instantly turned into torque, straight into the road, straight digging into the tarmac.
Yeah, because most cars that rear-wheel drive cars have got front engines, so they're heavy at the front, light at the back. So it's quite easy to spin your rear-wheel tires because there's not a lot of weight over them.
I think it's also because you've also got the gears there, haven't you? So you can put it into a high rev gear just to spin them if you wanted to. Yeah.
If it's a manual, you can treat yourself to wasting money by burning your tires out very easily if you wanted.
Yeah, well, pretty much all old-fashioned ICE cars are they'll either have a way to flick between manual and sports mode. Even the top end ones, but so you can wheel spin them. You just can't do that in an EV. Well, I've not been able to do it anyway.
Yeah, that's interesting. We also this month had another migration to Bitwarden from LastPass as well, which has been good. Get another customer using a password manager, start them getting used to that. And I also went to my first meetup of other IT people for a while at the Tech Drive meetup in Wolverhampton.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, the free pizza. That's where everyone goes.
Oh, well, yes, but they picked the 4 most boring pizzas ever. I'm going to hope this week that they don't.
What did you have?
I think they had something with tuna and sweet corn.
Why would you have that?
Cheese.
Why would anyone ever order a tuna and sweet corn
margarita,
pizza?
Vegetarian, and then pepperoni. But the pepperoni I've noticed recently with Domino's, and it's the same when I get around here. The edges very dry. Like it's actually once you get towards the crust, it's just like 2 inches of dryness, and it's not that great.
The one that I go down to in Reading, we're a lot more adventurous. We have the cheeseburger pizza. We have the tandoori pizza, which is spicy as hell.
Is it? Is it good, that one? I've not had it.
It's too spicy, in my opinion.
Okay. I love the cheeseburger pizza. That is like McDonald's hamburger in pizza form. I really like that one a lot. There's a guy there last week who said we should have that again. So hopefully we'll get that this time. That'll be good.
Yeah, we skipped the tandoori this time around.
Okay.
It's spicy as hell.
Well, that seems me to want to have that then, James. No, she'll have that at some point.
And it's kind of a bit more boring this time around, but sometimes that's all right.
You didn't really tell me too much about when I was not that interesting this time, eh?
No, I'm just talking about the pizzas.
Oh, okay.
What
about the event?
I go down there for my dinner.
I know. It's almost a long way to go for your dinner.
Yeah, it was all right. The event was all right. Things happen, but I'm not going to talk about them on the podcast, but it was good.
All right, sound good. Yeah, I think that was it then for me in May. I was very busy with kids mostly.
Yeah, half terms, bank holidays, pain. They are pain.
Well, that's it now. You only got one left in the entire year.
Well, I've only got 4 weeks remaining of the until my daughter breaks up for some holidays.
Mine got 6 left. Okay.
Yeah, and then 2 months of her.
Yeah.
Well, not a problem actually, because they're flying out somewhere for 2 months, so that'd be okay.
Really? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you can tell me about that later then. All
right. New videos. So 3 new videos went live on our YouTube channel in May. 2 of them were shorts. How to get Google Drive notifications in Google Chat. I thought it was a great one for shorts because it's just about the Google Drive app for Google Chat. So you can install that into your Google Chat, and whenever someone leaves a comment, tags you in, does something for the Google Drive document, shares something with you, it'll instantly appear in Google Chat, which is the best place to have it because it really is the tool that people use all the time now. Chats it's more used than email for internal stuff.
Yeah,
most people. Then the other one was just this one was a bit of a clickbaity one just to see how it would go, and it went quite well on YouTube Shorts. All the secret web addresses for like starting a new Google Doc, Sheet, Slide, and Meet. So doc.new, sheet.new that you just type into your address bar. I knew that would work, and it did work on. It worked on YouTube Shorts because people are flicking through and they go, "Oh, secret addresses," and then they find about them.
Did that work? Did it? Secret?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. People always want the secret, don't they? Okay.
They do. And then we did one feature video, which was based on a request from a client. Actually, they contacted us because they wanted to know how to make a company-wide calendar in Google Calendar.
Yep.
Quite a decent request that was, and it's not something it's actually something very simple to do, but it's not obvious to do because it's actually just sharing a calendar, just making a new calendar and sharing it. But if you were to type that into Google, making a company-wide one,
yeah, it doesn't.
It's not going to come back with that as easily. What you'd actually. So that's the video. Also made a blog post. There's only one blog post that went out, and that was also for that request on how to make a company-wide calendar because it's something people are going to be Googling for because that's the term you'd Google for. But like you said, it doesn't come back very easily if you do search for that term. So hopefully we'll get a bit of traffic on the long tail search for that.
Okay, cool.
In May, it was actually surprisingly quite a busy month considering it was closed for most of it. We got in contact. We were contacted 113 times, which is probably about 20 or 30 times more than the previous month. 76 of those were getting in touch because they wanted assistance, where they want to now do something better, and 37 asked for support, something needed to get fixed. Out of those ones that got in contact, 54.9%, which is 62 of the subscribers who sent us a message, they were back to work within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
43 of those took between 5 and 30 minutes. 4 took over 30 minutes, but less than an hour. And then we had 3 that took over an hour to fix. That was mainly because a couple of them, there had to be a discussion beforehand because it was more of a process change to fix the thing they wanted fixing, wanted assistance with. And the one was a multi-day problem. That was the one we had with Google Calendar, where the users appointment scheduling.
Yes.
For some reason, it was sending the reminders. So you book onto their calendar, and then you get a reminder a few hours before the call to remind you about it. And those reminder emails, for some reason, were going out in UTC time zone rather than GMT, which it should have been in, or British Summer Time.
Yeah.
We never really came to the game. It seems to fix itself, but we never came to a solution on it because Google support was absolutely terrible on it. It was the worst support I've ever experienced. The person at Google Support clearly was an outsourced person, and English wasn't their first language. It was very hard. In the end, I had to tweet to Google Support on Twitter because I know the Twitter channel is actually run over by a team in the US. So they got involved with it and tried to push it along, but it didn't really go far, and it seemed to fix itself in the end, rectify itself in the end. But it's annoying that with Google Support, it's twice it happened that month because I also had a problem with number porting as well. Yeah, which is still ongoing. But it seems that number port problem we had in May is actually down to BT, and BT are refusing to accept a customer's postcode, even though this is the postcode that is on the BT bill. It's also the postcode that the Royal Mail postcode checker confirms is the correct postcode, but BT refuses to accept it as the right postcode, even though the BT account and the bill has that postcode on it that BT has been sending for years. So there you go.
Infuriating stuff, that.
112 subscribers contacted us through our unique messaging service, and apparently one opted to make a phone call. And we believe that 11 subscribers who got in contact with us wouldn't have needed to if they'd had regular computer training.
Okay.
But that's it. That's our recap for May. Unless you've got anything else you want to drop in at the end as a surprise.
Yes, I treated myself to a book.
For anyone who's listening in, this book is called SH Star ETY Printers. Yeah,
it's just a little book that someone self-published about some of the printers that would ring true with people who've worked in IT of being terrible things. And the best bit about the book is the person basically says, we created computers to digitize information, and then some idiot attached these things that then takes digitized information and puts it back into analog again. Why? Why did we do this? It's just a bit of fun to put on my shelf like you have behind you. I have my bookcase over to the side here, and it's
you need to move that bookcase so you can get it in the webcam.
I know, yeah, I know, because it's over there, and this, yeah, tricky that, but yeah, that kind of bit of fun. That it's quite enjoyable.
Yeah, nice one.
Being the printer man and that.
Yeah, master printer fixer.
That's right. Yeah,
that's your job title.
That's right.
Anyway, we'll speak to you in a month's time.
Okay. Yeah. See you next month.
Bye bye.
Ta-da.